So Sonic the Hedgehog, that's a topic on this channel, right? Today we're going to be diving into the history of the Great Eastern Sonic plushes because I think that's interesting, and yeah, let's go. And by the way, I'm getting my information from the good people at the Sonic Fandom Wiki, Sonic News Network, yeah. So first off, who is Great Eastern Entertainment? Well, Great Eastern Entertainment is essential, or GEE for short, or GE, however you want to say it. They were a animation and entertainment merchandise that started in the early 2000s. They've made multiple different plush lines for anime and stuff, but the main thing they're recognized for is definitely the Sonic stuff. The first Sonic plushes that they started making, and the whole line in general, from the Sonic X stuff, started in 2006, and the first wave of the Sonic stuff they started doing with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Cream, and Shadow. So not really a lot going on there, but I'd argue it's quality over quantity here, and it's a good start, And something I didn't even know about until making this video is that they made posters, keychains, pins, a bunch of other stuff, book bags. I could get a neck strap Shadow from them back in the day. That's wild. Also, this is kind of off topic, but what the hell is Tails doing in this poster? What is he supposed? Why the fuck is he like that? I personally really like this poster here that they got. I think I like how their names sort of go in, from the side and all that. Kind of looks cool. And this one looks pretty cool too. Sonic's about to hit you in the face and all that. You got Knuckles smirking yeah, he's about to beat the fuck out of you, and then Shadow. Yeah. Some of the posters are cool. Some of them are, well, this. And I'm not trying to maliciously dog on GE. I love GE. It's just, this is all in good fun, me making fun of this poster, because Tails is just kind of funny to me. And I will say, since this is my first time seeing some of their other merchandise, because I only knew them from the plushes, is that some of the keychains actually look pretty cool. I like the Sonic one here, and then Shadow looks pretty cool. Some other stuff, even the pins look pretty decent, and the bag. Kind of wonder why they stopped selling these. I think the plush line sold more than the other stuff. But funny thing though, the Knuckles one I associate it with more so with the Piplup fan one on YouTube. If you recognize his Sonic plush videos, he had this one that I always wanted as a kid. But I believe they used the same sculpt as this one for the classic Knuckles, going off the same design. But GE would next start with the mainline stuff, aside from Sonic X, during the 20th anniversary with the size 20-inch Sonic, and then after that it was the size 20 Shadow and the size 12-inch Hedgehog, all coming out in 2011, essentially to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series. Also, I forgot to mention my OBS recordings, but I do have the Hedgehog right here, and I cut off his hang string again. But the Hedgehog, I like the Hedgehog though. They sort of did the thing with metal. So what the hell happened here? Oh, his nail's coming off. Oh damn. But I really like the Hedgehog, the details on his spikes on his shoes there, the ripped on his gloves. He looks cool. He's the modern Sonic plush that they have, but furry. I like it. And then the following year, in 2012, we would get a 12-inch Shadow, 7-inch Cream, 4-inch Chow, all in 2012. So I do have the 4-inch Chow, and it's a good plush though. For me at least, the little dot on the top of his head came off. I don't know why, but. And the next one in 2013, they made a 12-inch Supersonic, 13-inch Silver, which I do have, and the 11-inch Rouge the Bat. Now, I will hand it off to me on my phone to show you what Silver looks like. Yeah, take it away, me on my phone. Sure thing, me from OBS recording. So this is the 2012 silver plush here. It's the fur right here on his chest is not like fur, it's more like fabric material. I don't really know how to properly describe it. Yeah, I cut off his little thing here, the tush tag. I don't know if you would call it that, but his eyes are not like the other, well, in the sense that the white part right here isn't like the others, like how Sonic is. It's not like fur, like how, or this kind of fabric material that Silver's is. Like the camera can pick up that they're two kind of different, but his eyes are very much the same as this one. But yeah, I like how the silver plush is done here. His boots, pretty cool. The hang string that pretty much all Great Eastern Sonic plushes are known for, he's got that. But other than that, it's a pretty cool plush. Alright, so after 2013, they only really made one plush for 2014, and that was Jet the Hawk for Sonic Riders 12-inch, which I do not have, but if I did, I honestly don't know what I would say to that, but I would just say, yeah, I own Jet the Hawk. What about it? Now get ready for 2015, because oh lord, that's when GE really like splurged on making Sonic plushes. We got Sonic here, you know, the main fucking star of the franchise, and then you got Chaos Zero, 14-inch. Funny thing about that, you would never think this guy would get a plush, but let's just hand it off to me on the phone again. And right you were, no one saw this one coming, the Chaos Zero plush. This is the only Chaos plush ever to be made. Again, I cut off his little tag here as a kid. I don't know why, but this is surprisingly cool and accurate for a Chaos plush. I mean, you wouldn't think they would make this guy a plush, but well, here he is. I like the little water effect that they have on here because he is made of water. I kind of like how he's more like a Dreamcast version of Chaos, where he's more light blue here. Like you got his little brain thing, and to really sell the fact that he's made of water, and then the hang string right here. But overall, as a Chaos plush, you could, well, I would say you could do worse, but we don't have any others. But yeah, this guy's pretty cool. And he came out in 2015, so yeah, I don't know if he's rare now, but I think they stopped producing it. I don't know, I'll have to check and correct it if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's Chaos for you. Alright, thank you, me on the phone, for that. And then you got, next one that they had is a 10-inch SBO the Chameleon. Pretty cool. Then you got Big the Cat. 15 inches of Big the Cat. That's one that they made. And then you got 14-inch Vector the Crocodile. 10-inch Super Shadow that came out. And then the last one to round off 2015 is Blaze the Cat. Her face on this image though. And then in 2016 they had Amy Rose. Then they had 9-inch Amy Rose, and then they had 13-inch Wave. So I guess they just decided to take a 2-year break to make the other Babylon Rogues. Then you got Storm the Albatross, looking just as dead inside as always. And then we got Metal Sonic here, 11-inch Metal Sonic, and yeah, I'll hand that off to Phone Me again. Actually, I'll just hand off the next two to Phone Me, because I actually have these two, and I'm a lazy fuck. I don't want to keep recording on OBS, stop and pausing, so I'm just going to hand it over to Phone Me for this one, for these next two. Now, they came out with this guy in 2016. Now, if I told you that they would make a GE or if you told me that GE would make a Metal Sonic plush, I would lose my shit and be all on board. But this guy's kind of a disappointment for me for a multitude of reasons. For one, his fingers, I get they were trying to make it like, because Metal Sonic has like metallic like claw fingers, but here's the thing with this one, at least I don't know if this is on the other ones, but if you look at his fingers right here, they come apart like that. I don't know why they decided that. Also, the back spikes, it's not like the others, and it kind of looks a little weird. I like the plush overall with the metallic look, like it definitely sells that he's a robot, but there's just like minor inconveniences and details that kind of hold this back for me as being a truly good plush. I mean, I love Metal Sonic as a character, but GE could have done better in my opinion. Yeah, this is the faker. But GE weren't entirely done in 2016, as we got Charmy B, perhaps the most annoying character in the Sonic universe in my opinion, Charmy. This one's interesting though in my opinion. Like, they had to make the helmet look like a helmet here because that's what he wears in the game, but his wings though are made of a completely different like material though. I was shocked by that. And then like his goggles right here, his hang string's completely different from the others though, if you can see right there. But yeah, overall it's pretty unique, cool plush that they came out with. I don't like the character that much, but the plush is pretty neat. And of course the main man himself in 2017, this guy, Snock himself, the bane of my existence, the one that tortures and haunts me every night. I mean, god damn it, me from the past, he cut the hang string. I don't know why I did this. I was a menace to these plushes as a kid though. Damn, I was cutting their tags here, I was cutting their hang string, bruh. I wouldn't be surprised if I cut off one of their heads by accident, but I got this one as a birthday present. He's a little worn on the gloves though, but yeah, I really like this as a modern Sonic plush. You could do a lot worse, but yeah, I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for this one. The GE plush line was always my favorite, just for like the variety and like the quality. And you'll see later on the quality on one plush in specific that I really like. But there's one detail about this, is that the quills, I don't know, like I like them, but it kind of looks weird at a certain like angle. Like, I don't know if to me it looks like it goes too far out. Like, I get they're trying to give it that illusion like how it does in the games, but I don't know. Overall, I'm not complaining. I like this plush. Yeah. And then in 2019 or 2018, they made another 20-inch Supersonics. I guess they decided to remake the other one that came out. And then in 2019, they had a 21-inch Root the Bat. So I feel like these ones are definitely like remakes, because in 2017 they lost the license, and then 2018 they announced that they would get the license back. So I feel like they're trying to, these are either reprints or these are remakes of them. I'm not entirely sure, but it wasn't until Infinite where we got like a new character in plush form, and I'll hand that off to Phone Me. And then the next one that I have here, yeah, Infinite. This one was a complete surprise to me that they even bothered to touch this character given Force's reputation, but damn, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like this plush. This is a cool plush. My one complaint though is that the Phantom Ruby right there, it's not really like, you know, puffed out. It's just like this, which is weird, but I like how they did his hair, really cool, and then his tail and boots. But the cool thing I found about this plush is that his hang string is black instead of like gold compared to the others. This is a really cool, like, well done plush for say what you want about Infinite, but like the fact was that his design was actually pretty cool, which is why it's pretty disappointing that he was a meh character. But yeah, this plush perfectly captured his design, and I love it so much. It's a cool plush. Hate the character. And then in 2021 we got a 20-inch Sonic the Werehog plush, and then we got a 9-inch Modern Tails. I think this is the only Modern Tails plush that they made. They made a Classic Tails, but this is the first time they made a Modern Tails plush, and then they made another Modern Sonic plush 10-inch, and then another one, but this time it's posable. And then they made another 6-inch Chow, and then that was the end of the 2021 wave. And then the next year in 2022, they made a 14-inch modern Eggman. I think they made a modern classic Eggman. This might be the first time they made a modern Eggman, and then they made the same year a 12-inch modern Tails, so they made another modern Tails, despite the fact that the year prior they made one, but this time he doesn't have his mouth open. And then next one, I'll hand it off to Phone Me. And then one plush that I never expected them to make of any character in this franchise, that he only had one plush, and it was a cool plush, but they could have made it better. I'm so glad Great Eastern decided to make a Gamma plush. Holy hell. We only have like one Gamma plush aside from this one that has vinyl all over him, and Gamma was dying, okay? I was so glad Great Eastern stepped in and made a Gamma plush. Now where's Omega? But like, it's such a cool plush, but the problem is that you can't really like pose him like they made it so like he can only like stand. Like instead, like I think that's like the only like real pose. Like you can't like, you know, make him sit or anything else. But I really like how this plush turned out. I'm not complaining. And it's also with Infinite, his hang string is black, but it's pretty cool. I'm just glad we got another Gamma plush. Okay, this is a severely underrated and unknown Sonic character. Oh well, becoming more obscure because he's only in Sonic Adventure, but I'm just wondering when they're gonna do Omega next. GE Sonic plush fans were eating good in 2022, I'll say, because not only do we have Gamma finally become a plush again, but we've got a Hero Chow, 6-inch Hero Chow in 2022. Sonic Battle fans finally got an Emerald plush. I don't know if they made other ones, but I'm just gonna assume that they didn't. You can correct me in the comments. Just don't call me mean names, please. They got a Mephiles the Dark plush, which I never thought they would make a plush, and I'll hand that off to Phone Me again. And speaking of Sonic characters you never would expect to get a plush, this guy, Mephiles. Although for some reason I question why they gave him like a gold hang string instead of a black one like Infinite did, because you know this guy is a bad guy. Why would you want to give him a gold one? But anyways, I was shocked that they did like a crystallized Mephiles from Sonic 06. I don't know how I feel about his like proportions, because his body right here is kind of like throwing me off, thinking it's like classic design proportions. I like how they didn't include a mouth or nose. The stitching on his eye here kind of looks cool. I like that detail. But if you notice, look at the design of his fur and then like compare it to the other GE plushes. They used a different like material for him that I don't know why they decided to change it up, but I'm not complaining. It feels nice. It's a good quality plush. Yeah, also I didn't cut the tag on this one, so that's also a first. But yeah, Mephiles is a really cool plush. I'm glad that they decided to make him, give him some merch, you know, because Sonic 06 was, well, aside from the new Project 06, it wasn't really that good of a game, but I kind of grew up. Mephiles grew on me as a character, so I'm glad that they made merch for him. Yeah. And then they made another Modern Tails plush, but this time he's posable. Yeah, Modern Tails fans were eating good with these plushes. And then we got a Tikal the Echidna plush. Wow. 10-inch Tikal, pretty cool. And then we got a Dark Chow plush. A lot of people really like Chows, myself included. I like to see them as an addiction, or but it's nice that we got a Dark and Hero Chow plush in the same year, and the Dark Chow rounds out 2022. But yeah, and then this year in 2023, we got a Modern Knuckles plush, and then we're getting a Sage plush, and then I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. The dude from Team Sonic Racing, and then we are getting a Motobug and then a Flicky plush. That's pretty cool. Shout out if you're a Motobug fan. And then normal plushes aren't the only thing GE made, as we got ball plushes, 8-inch ball plushes that I want because they look like they look so goofy. I can't help them. I can't. What do you want me to say for some of this? Like, they look so goofy. I can't help but like just love them. The pure effect alone. And then I assume they took a note out of Tomi's book. Like, Tomy, the reason why they lost the rights to make it in 2017 is because Tomy took over for Sonic plushes, but then they regained the license, and I'm glad they did, because I'm gonna be real, there's only a couple Tomy plushes that I have that I legitimately kind of like, and that's the, well, I think I only have 2 of them, but it's the classic Eggman and then the Boom Sonic plush. But like, I think they took a note of the emoji plushes, like given the faces here of Sonic sitting, and you got one where he's taking a nap, I guess. I don't know why they did that with as a variation on other ones. Like, you got Tails looks cute here. That's a good one. And then you got this one where he's asleep, and then Eggman looking shocked, surprised they don't soy jack him. But there's this one, and then they made Supersonic, Knuckles, Amy sleeping, Shadow, Silver, Metal Sonic. Yeah. These plushes overall, I'm not a fan of. I like the main stuff that they did, but I don't know if you were like a real like fan of the emoji plushes from Tomy. I guess you got like a spiritual successor in the form of these. Silver looks like me. And then you got the mugs that they've made, where these mugs are actually pretty cool though. Like, they got nice artwork on them. Oh, I like how on the Chow one, instead of like the O, it's the little dot hovering above his head that says the O. That one's cool. I like the Sonic one there. They got Hedgehog, Supersonic being super Sonic. That's one of the things on there. Supersonic one is pretty cool. And then Cream, Silver, and then this one for the 25th anniversary. Yeah, that one's cool. And then keychain and ball plush Sonic keychain. They also have wall scrolls as well, which are pretty cool. Supersonic, pretty cool wall scroll. A lot of these are pretty cool. And then you got the Sonic gloves, Knuckles gloves, Sonic shoes. I would be tripped out if I had Sonic shoes. And the last one of the GE plushes that I have, I knew I have Classic Sonic. I don't know where he went in the Classic Tales. I couldn't find that one for the life of me, but I did have Classic Knuckles here from 2009, which shocked me. Yeah, I took off I don't think this one had a hang string. If he did, I'd probably cut it off. But if you notice, the design I think is very much taken from the Sonic X Knuckles, where, I don't know, something about they just look similar to me. Could be just a me thing, but I can't help but notice the similarities. Also, you can see mine, like, you can tell I've had it since like 2009 or something, because his Legos are falling off his shoes. Yeah, he's still got some on here, but yeah, he's got none on here though, unfortunately. But this is a really good plush. I like this one a lot. This one is a really good Knuckles plush. I don't know if they still make him because they made a new like modern Knuckles, but if you can find this one, yeah, this one's pretty cool. And then they made buttons of characters using their artwork. It's pretty cool. And then they had pillows, the emoji pillows that they took kind of inspiration from Tomy with. And then they had the bottles, bags, Sonic's head as a bag, and blankets, phone cases. Oh, yeah, they got Android and iPhone 4. If you don't have, like, an iPhone 4 one, like, you can't really use the case. Wallets, that'll deter anyone from trying to steal from you. They've got notebooks, pins. Oh, they got an infinite pin. That's kind of cool. They got playing cards, cell phone charms, mini desk. They made a lot of plushes. They also didn't just stop with the mainline stuff. Like, they've got stuff from the comics, like Whisper and Tangle. And then the classic plushes, I had classic Sonic. I believe I had 2 of them. One of them I marked up on marker, trying to make him look like Sonic.exe. You can burn me on the stake for that one. Classic Tails is pretty cool. And then they made a new one of classic Sonic, but this time he's got his arms crossed. Then they made classic Amy. Yeah, there's classic Eggman. They don't have a release date for classic Eggman or Mighty or Fang. They just show it on here. And then they made pretty much everything for the modern series, but like for classic. And yeah, that's kind of all that we have on GE. I just kind of wanted to make this video like to show like my passion for this kind of stuff, to show that I legitimately like the GE Sonic merchandise stuff. Like, I know Jazzwares is kind of seen as the king of Sonic merch, but I think in terms of the plush department, GE very much should be put on that kind of like pedestal, at least for the plushes, because they made some legitimately good Sonic plushes. But yeah, that's all for this video. Like and subscribe, ring the bell, or like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and yeah, I'm not really good with outros, so bye.